Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I apologize for being late. It's been a long day, you know, and I've got priorities. Mm. Let's see. Let me catch up. Tonight's question. Let's start there. Tonight's question is: Toncoin a victim of its own success or just suffering from poor implementation? And there's a reason why I asked this question. Now let's see. We've got Joaquin saying basically it's growing pains. Out of 5 votes, 40%, 60% say growing pains, and 40% say other. Um, its success was its Achilles heel. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Um, Need to watch yesterday's live. I got distracted. um, if anyone wants to know why I have used Hutanic as a username, I can tell you. I can also tell you why I use that as a username. Yes, spill it. Rick Ritchie, one could argue it's all three. Yep, you could. That'd be the the kind of easy way out. So we're not going to accept that. Um, it sure can because they hid the truth. I'd like to understand what you mean by they hid the truth, right? There's a lot. There's a lot more to that question than you think. And when I speak about it, us old folks are going to remember and we're going to be like, dang, because it's very interesting. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. But I did miss something. Hello, Hutanic. Hello, Rick Ritchie. Hello, Joaquin. And hello to everybody else that's listening, but don't like to chat because they just like to listen. I appreciate your time just as much as my, cast of characters over here. I'm pretty sure the other cast of characters will wind up showing up. Um, but this is the crew. This is the crew. So, what do we have going on today? Today. Reason why I brought this up is because I look at Toncoin like AOL, right? So, Rick Ritchie, you said it could be all three, right? And I agree, actually. I just don't want to accept it. I just want to be a prick. But seriously, it could be all three. Hear me out before everybody gets upset. AOL back in the day used to send out CDs, and first it was the regular 3.5-inch floppies. Well, not so floppy, but little diskettes. And you'd use that diskette, load it on your computer, and ding ding ding, and you'd be on AOL. Now, they were so successful in doing that one day everything went down. Everything went down. Why was that? They were a victim of their own success. It wasn't poor planning. It wasn't poor design. It was just not enough. It was just not enough. So if you were gonna lay fault at their feet, you could literally say it was not enough. And they held a press conference, and it was like one of the best press conferences I had ever seen, and have ever seen then and ever seen since. Basically, it was, we're sorry that we were so successful. We're working on getting everything corrected, adding new modems, doing this, doing this, doing this. And they just rolled into what they were doing to make it up to everybody. One of the best, statements like ever, ever. Toncoin has another coin that's coming out, Hamster Combat. And people are wondering if they're going to be able to handle Hamster Combat. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, what a wonderful problem to have. There's just too much traffic. We can't handle it. That was literally AOL's problem. They didn't have enough modems to handle the traffic. So if you were online and for some reason, because back then modems, woof, if you sneezed in the wrong way, not that you sneezed, but that you sneezed in the wrong way, you could lose your connection. And it was so busy that if you lost your connection, it could take a while for you to get another connection because there were only but so many pipes. It was dial-up. Oh my God. When dial-up first came out, did you know if somebody called the house, it would immediately drop your connection because it prioritized the phone call over your internet? Yeah. You got to be old enough to remember stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying I'm old, with all this white hair on my face that I need to shave. But that's like ridiculously interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like it's just insane that you could have just so much traffic that you would just be like, wow, we just have a lot going on. We had to do what we had to do, blah, blah, blah. Looks like, smells like, reaction is like, we're a victim of our own success. And we had not planned for this level of interaction, scale, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, wow. Now, here's where the blame can come in. They had this trouble before hamster combat and before dogs, right? So one could argue that you should have been planning from right there, right? So if you weren't planning from right there, then, yeah, I'm typing. If you weren't planning from right there, you could expect that you were going to have the same problems. And they did. 2 times. 2 times. But I still sit there and I say to myself, I think Toncoin is going to be massive. Massive. I think because I want you to think about why Toncoin went down. Toncoin went down. They told you why they went down. It really is based on traffic. Now, Hutanik, I know that you thought, well, maybe it was a DDoS attack. I don't think so. I think they're a young blockchain, and they didn't understand how quickly they need to scale or be able to scale, and they hadn't addressed it. Now, that's not to say that they didn't have plans to do so, but not fast enough. How do you tell, somebody asked me a while ago, how do you tell that a meme coin is going to be hot? You can't. You can't. You can guess, but it can basically come out of nowhere. And there you go. I was told by an investor, I was told by an investor once that bad publicity is good publicity, and people are still talking about their blockchain. That's right. But here's the thing. I don't think it's bad publicity. I don't think any of it is actually bad publicity. Again, we're so sorry that we were so successful and we had not planned for this level of success. We are currently implementing measures that will help us to scale more efficiently, blah, 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 bloody, blah. So all this FUD, they're going down because blah, 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 blah. Why can't you just take the win for the win that it is? Sometimes these publications, and we'll get into this on Sunday, sometimes these publications and sometimes these talking heads get out there and they need sensationalism. They need sensationalism to get the clicks. Clickbait. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, this is proof to me Toncoin is going to take the heck off. Absolutely going to take the heck off. Like I don't even question that. To me, that's just a straight up fact. Not even opinion, straight fact. They're going to blow up and everybody's going to be like, damn, You know, if you sell widgets, you better be able to deliver widgets at the rate of demand. Or what happens? Another company will mimic your widgets and they'll start selling widgets. In this case, though, you can't really, they have something that others cannot actually replicate. People are thinking, what are you talking about? They have Telegram. You cannot replicate Toncoin unless you have something like Telegram. Who has Telegram? Who has something like Telegram? Don't be a smart aleck and name something like Facebook, X, who's getting kicked out of freaking Brazil. But your point is correct. Hutanik, your point is absolutely correct. But how do you predict that demand? How do you predict that demand, and then how do you respond to it fast enough? Because again, I don't work there. So it could have very well been that the first time they had the problem, they immediately started looking into how can we scale? How can we do this better? What do we have to do? All of that takes time, resources, money. Now, some can argue that money is there. Then you have to worry about resources, validators, all that kind of stuff. And people, obviously people. So you could have a plan. You could even be executing that plan. I mean, think about this. How fast were they able to respond? 4 hours. 4 hours. And kept us apprised of everything that was going on, every step of the way. Now I turn to Solana. I don't know. It's a good thing if they're properly planned to let that happen. I don't know that they, planned on letting that happen. I'm not even going to talk about that. But I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, as a blockchain, as a project, I can appreciate the situation that they're in. I can appreciate the uniqueness of their situation versus others. I know you're playing devil's advocate, bruh. Dang. Don't make me get moody. Anyway, so I'm sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, wow. It's not, for me, it is not the idea that, they made a mistake. Let's even play on the idea they made a mistake. They effed up. It was all about their response. Their response to the situation was textbook. This is how it should be done. Damn near perfect. I say damn near because nobody's perfect. And so when I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, I'm in. I'm absolutely in on Ton because they're going to grow and they're going to grow big. Now, what I'm waiting for is the more serious development to happen on Ton. Know what I mean? Dexes, like strong dexes, strong bridges, dApps, real dApps, not just games. DeFi, I'm looking for that. If we can do that, whew, off to the freaking races. Absolutely off to the races. But yeah, devil's advocate, you planned on the attack or you had a crappy implementation and you knew it. But here's how I would respond to the devil's advocate. You don't get into the top 10 cryptos in the world with all that. Unless you're Solana. But Solana has speed though, right? and they quickly hush their network problems. They quickly try to get rid of it. Don't talk about it anymore. They don't talk about it at all. Other than that, we're back up. Would you invest in a company that did something like that? No. That's shady. To me, that's a little bit shady. It's a little, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know. So here's this little upstart who just rifled through the whole cryptoverse to land in the top 10. Let me see something. Solana's market cap is 64 billion. Toncoin's market cap is a measly 13. Solana's not worried. I think they should be. I absolutely think they should be, because there are so many other. So if you're a DEX, another kind of DApp, a game, basically anything other than an NFT or a meme. Even if you're an NFT, yeah, you could bounce that. I don't know that you're gonna worry about Solana. Solana goes down again, you're just gonna be like, oh, we can't deal with this anymore. We're gonna bounce to another train. I mean, just think about all the other chains that are out there. Put Toncoin to the side. Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, Cardano. You have so many, and their Stitch. You have so many other coins, other blockchains out there that are nipping at your heels. If I'm over at Solana, I'm giving thought to all the dumbness that I've got going on. What blew Solana up? Oh, they had the stores. They had the phones. Have you heard about the phones anymore? Have you heard about the phones anymore? I'll wait. Hutanik's right. When I do my research, I play both sides of the coin, positive and negative. And I argue hard for both sides. And then I weigh it and I look to see who won. And I do use information against the other side to make the argument. And then I kind of, weigh it for, is this actually sound? Is this, that, and the other? And then I come to my conclusion. Or I get friends on the line. I start talking to them. What do you think? Da, 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 blah, blah, blah. But I get deep. And I usually, the deeper I go, the more money I'm looking to invest. Like, the deeper I go, this is going to be a part of my DCA strategy. Meaning this particular project is vying for a spot, for one of my slots. So I dig deep. Hold on, let me hit a space. So Hutanik, you see where I'm coming from? I knew you were playing devil's advocate, but you see what I mean? Like, to get in the top 10? It's not a prediction. It's the fact that it didn't perform as they promised. It's the transparency was nice. Didn't perform as promised. Let me think about that for a minute. What was the promise? Did they promise that they would never go down? I don't recall reading that anywhere at any time. What was the promise? I don't think any blockchain could ever say, we'll never go down. I don't think there's a single blockchain out there. Well, let me rephrase. There could be a single blockchain out there that has never been down. But you're right. I actually think that Toncoin is a victim of all three factors and none of them negative, actually, in this case. The speed of transactions, but the speed of transactions wasn't the problem. I don't think that was the problem. Was it? I think they need to grow. I know you play devil's advocate. Where's patient one? Number one. And I was going to say something very, very lewd, but I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure you're smart enough. You know what I was about to say, and it was funny. It was funny. Um, I'm sorry. It was really funny. It was bad, but it was really funny. But yeah, I mean, I think about, all these coins out there. Now, what are we talking about right now? Going back to Rick Ritchie's point, no such thing as bad publicity. We're talking about ton right now. And the only way that we're talking about Solana is actually in bad light. It's actually in bad light. So I'm just sitting back and I'm saying to myself, wow, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. Hold it. Is that 1 million BTC? Yep. I knew I liked her. But when? That's the question when it comes to BTC. When? This morning I was talking about who controls what percentage of BTC. How's that for nuts? People aren't thinking about that. All right, so I've got a 2 monitor setup right here. Well, technically a 3 monitor setup right here. And if my monitors are not on the same level and I can see it, it will annoy the crap out of me. So that's what you saw me trying to fix. Just, oh. But yeah, it's a matter of when. I tell you guys all the time, I purchased Bitcoin for a completely different reason than I purchased an altcoin. Completely different. I have ultra wide screens. Oh, no, no, no. You mean the ultra wide. My brother has one. It's one big screen like this. And I'm like, it would be nice, but I actually like the separation. One. Two, because I like having the separate monitors. I mean, I might get one, but I have so many screens going on. Like I like having 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. When I'm doing presentations and stuff. Now I do know what I'm missing. I'm not missing jack. That's a 65-inch screen. That's a 50-inch screen. And these are just, I forget how wide they are. These are like massively wide. Like together, this is the ultra wide. These are ultra wides. The one that you're talking about is even bigger. It's literally both of these. So yeah, I totally get it. But I like the separate monitors. I like the separate monitors. I am watching on a 300-inch screen, so that's only 65 inches. What do you have, a projector in the house and you're beaming it on the wall? I mean, I have a projector in the living room and I can have 20 feet across and I forget how much down, but it's the whole picture right there. That's what I thought. You want to, oh God, oh. Patient one, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should not be so big on the damn wall. That's oof. Wow. Now that I know, I think I'll shave more often. She's probably disgusted. I knew Joaquin was not going to let that go. That's funny. That's very funny. I'm not going to repeat it because it's so obvious, but yeah, that's freaking hilarious. People can read it. People can read it. So yeah, when I look at everything, I'm kind of like, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to think about when it comes to the success of a coin like that. And I just sit there and I just kind of go, people don't understand what kind of work goes into building these projects. Like, not at all. What you have to do to grow. And you have to think about this. They've done a really good job. Right? They've done a ridiculously good job. I mean, really stop and think about this. And the reason why I say so is because Their network's been hammered from day one. Hammered. Absolutely hammered. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. Can I hit Toncoin real quick? My brother's trying to bother me. Sending me reels right now. I mean, yeah, they took that nosedive and it's still battling back. It's at 538, but you know, whatever. The volume, wow. Wow. Go to Coin Market Cap and look at the volume for Toncoin. I'm not even going to say anything. Just go look at the volume for Toncoin. Wow. Like more than what it was before it went down. Like by far. Not a little bit. A lot. And there you go. So looking at the volume that they had, all that volume that they had, and you're kind of like, damn, they were dealing with all that, and then they hit a glitch, and then something went down. You can see the dip. You can clearly see the dip in volume. You can definitely see what's going on. And then they came back. You can see how it comes back. And then I should share it with you. Go ahead. I'll share it with you. There you go. So you can see, like, just look at this, the highest volume in a while. They go down. Nothing's really going on. They go down. They come back up a little bit. Then they go down. This is when it hit. They go down. And then all of a sudden the volume starts hitting another level. It came back. Starts hitting another level right there. And, if you're looking at, September 23rd, you start to see the volume go up. Then on March 24, you start to see the volume go up. Then you have July. And then you start to think, well, damn, wait a minute. Look at the volume from right here. Their volume it's going up. I don't think they planned for this amount, this level of volume. They're playing the game. I mean, what team wakes up and says, we know we're going to hit that level? The next level of gameplay, let's say. That top 10 level of gameplay. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount that you can plan for, and there's a certain amount that's too far out there for us to even think about that. It's too far out there for us to think about that. And then that happens. That's what's nuts. And their reaction, again, I can't stop talking about their reaction. It was their reaction to it all. We have been talking about art NFTs. Have you seen ATRs? Please spell it out before you use an acronym, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Move this month was 0.5% early August, did Forex, just dipped today. What's ATRs? I should know, but I don't. I don't know that stuff off the top of my head. It's Friday night, bro. Spell that out. R trade. Never heard of it. Nope. Not at all. And now that you brought it up, since I actually like you, and I know you don't actually shill stuff, let me go look it up. It's ranked number 691. Are you talking about the one that's at $0.01764 and it's ranked 691? It's got a $26 million market cap. Is that the one you're talking about? Yes, I wouldn't even look at it. Wouldn't even look at it. I don't play the game down that low. I don't. Because the same way that you saw that Forex is the same way that you could see zero. I need more to go on. It would take a lot for me to buy into a coin at that level. Like, I would have to know that they're working on something that's so, like, it's juicy to me as a technologist. And I can go see the resumes of the people that are involved, that, like, you can see their names, you can see their faces. Like, there's certain criteria that I'm going to have for and I'm going to say it like this, for a $26 million company. Right? That's how I'm going to look at it. There aren't enough developers to keep up with technology that blockchains process for mass adoption. Um, um, Let me think about that. Um, I think there are more developers than people would like to admit to, because some of the best developers do not work at financial institutions or other companies like that. I think there are developers out there, but are they in the space? Is the point? Is the difference? So if you say aren't enough developers in the space, that one I could be like, yeah, I could, I could say that, right? Like I'm lucky to have one of my guys. He's in that space. I'm lucky to have people that are just crazy good at math, and I have them. There are developers out there. I would probably say it more like the number of quality developers that are out there is tighter. Um, but if I teach a developer how to leverage, let me flip this back. Sorry, guys. If I teach a developer how to use artificial intelligence to check code, things like that, get ideas for code, it would move faster. Like my team, they're moving. My team will always tell you we need more developers, but they will also tell you, I learned how to use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever to fish out the problems, to root out the problems that I need solved, and it's been working out. Now, am I going to trust the code? Not necessarily, but because I'm a developer, if it gives me bad code, I'm going to know it's bad code. Like I'm expecting bad code. And I'm developing in a space, I'm in a development environment where I can play with it and see that it's wrong, and I can make the connection. Current bit rate is lower than a recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 2500 kbps. But I see nothing wrong on my side. So I'm sitting here wondering if that is YouTube. I haven't seen that problem in a long time. I think that's a YouTube problem. If I drop, I will come back on. But I shouldn't be dropping. Like, it's not my connection. For once, Hutanic, I can honestly say it's not me, it's you. Well, not you, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Rick Ritchie, explain more. I think I understand what you're saying, but I think you need to give a little bit more detail for everybody. The good news is we are all learning in real time. Yeah, we are. We are absolutely all learning in real time. But there's a difference between, like, I will admit that I am extremely lucky to have the dev team that I have right now. Handpicked. Literally standing over them. Fix this. Faster. Faster. Fix it. Steven, I literally stood over Steven as he was trying to fix my spaghetti code. And I knew the code that I gave him was absolutely spaghetti. It wasn't even good enough to be called spaghetti. It was like Chef Boyardee paste. You ever eat those noodles? They're paste. And the shapes of, different things. Paste. But yeah, there's like crazy stuff. But my developers, no joke. Adding artificial intelligence to the pool, training AI on the code that we have, on the code that comes from, let's say, a Microsoft or whoever. That's a big deal. I mean, not for nothing. Some of these companies that create code don't understand what the code that they create, and can't answer the question when something doesn't work, and you're left to go figure it out. It'd be nice if their documentation actually fit the code that they have. Stuff like that. There's a lot there. So when I look at Toncoin going down, I can say that about developers, QA people, engineers, you know what I mean? Network people. Like I've seen some freaky stuff. Like Hutanic, I've seen some freaky stuff just managing a network. Not even the software that's running on the network, but hardware and network traffic. That you're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff right there. And that's just a piece of the problem that they have to deal with. A piece. So the deployment, I hate this interface. The deployment of what you can do is too much. It's like a fire hose. Oh, dude, nail on the head. Nail on the head with that comment. Nail on the flipping head. Dead serious. Dead serious. But hold it. So, another tangent. SEC. I know we're so happy to talk about them. The SEC has a lot of stuff going on, but there are judges. Judges question SEC's approach to crypto regulation. No. I honestly think about the SEC, and I honestly sit there and I just go, Gary Gensler has assembled a team, and their sole purpose is to break the cryptoverse. Good luck with that, bruh. This is really nice. It's rated 92. So you know what I'm drinking? It's a heavy bottle. Holy moly. That is not a delicate bottle. It tastes really nice, smooth as hell. Just gorgeous. But yeah, the SEC has problems. The SEC hurts people, not the scammers. Yeah. They crush people that are trying to achieve realistic goals, innovate, solve problems. The bulk of the articles I hear about are them going after regular folks, regular business people. I don't hear a lot of stories about them catching scammers and stuff like that. I hear about, every now and then, don't get me wrong, you hear about it every now and then. But it just seems like publicly the optics are horrible because it seems like they're going after companies that are putting people to work, innovating, da 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 da. And that's what they choose to do. Pricks. Eddie, can I ask a dumb question? What do you mean dumb question? What do you mean dumb question? And I think you know me long enough that, yeah, let's go. Go for it. Let's see. I ask dumb questions all the time. Ask my kids. Oh, your violence quota for tonight. No, you're good. It's Friday. It's Friday and I'm sipping a good wine, so you're fine. My violence quota for tonight. Oh my God. I have conversations with people about our community, and I tell them about the conversations that we're having, the information that we're sharing, and the smart ass comments that I get. And it's great. They're like, oh my God, I got to tune in. So I'm at a client's office, and I told one of the people there, I said, oh yeah, no, I do this little thing. She gets on like almost every morning to listen to my show. Almost every morning listen. And I did not know that. I had no idea. I log on to the client systems, and I'm on IM. She shoots me an IM and says, happy birthday to your mother. And I thought I had mentioned it to her before, and I had not. She was watching the show. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. Excuse my language, sorry. No, we might have little kids on here. I apologize. But it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome, right? And it's thank you, but I'm not the man. Thank you. I'm not the man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man that's having a lot of fun meeting a whole slew of new people um, on my journey. And then seeing people that are on similar journeys and sharing information and doing all kinds of stuff. So I'm taking notes. I have to get this out. Taking notes for this weekend, right? You know, for Sunday's class. Learn how to do your own research. We've got, let me just move this over a little bit. There you go. So we've got resources, spotting FUD, identifying pearls, technical analysis, the 4 stages of company project news, common threads. For resources, we've got government, financial institutions, companies and projects, news outlets. And I've got a light list of 33 different resources. I was trying to get to 50. I was trying really hard to get to 50. And then I realized, holy crap, I'm technically beyond 50, right? Because it's those 33 resources, which are mostly news resources and different tools that you could use. But then there's you have all the coin projects that are out there, all of their social media accounts. It's a lot of resources. Joaquin was worried about hitting his quota. Hutanic just blew his quota out the water. I am not a man behind another man. I'm the man behind a skirt, behind another skirt, behind a... Just joking. Preferences, just preferences. I like to say that I'm the person behind all those people, right? Sean, Hutanic, Patient One because she's putting up with his crap. Oh, Kevin because he's putting up with Sean's crap. Joaquin, like just there are a whole bunch of people out there whose names I can't even remember that I see little pearls that they drop every so often. I see little pearls. I'm like, oh, I'm curious now. Let me go look that up. Technology at my face. I'm never more than literally, if I walk into my kitchen 50 feet, I'm 50 feet away from technology unless I take my phone with me. I'm never more than, a few inches away from tech. So if I find something interesting, I automatically start researching it. So when you guys say something, or when I'm talking to somebody on the street, or whatever, I'm like, really? That's me. I'm a glutton for knowledge. People look at me and they just go, where do you get all this research? What do you do? I'm a glutton for knowledge. Have any of you actually watched the cartoon The Last Airbender? There's an episode or a couple of episodes where they're at this, ginormous library and it's, guarded by this owl and blah, 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 blah. That's me. I want to know about so many different things. And that level of research I've now honed and focused on investing. Like you guys seem to think that it's all about, crypto. It's not for me. It's all about investing. And this just happens to be one of the areas that I invest in. And I'm just like, I'm interested in finding out about all that stuff. How does money work? What is money? If you want to know what money is because you don't know what money actually is, go get the book. I have a book, go get it. But yeah, how does money work? How do finances work? What's the difference between the Treasury and the Federal Reserve? How do they affect the economy and the markets and everything else? So imagine for this class, for learning how to do your own research, I can go deep into both of those resources. I can't. Look at the topics that we have. Resources, government, financial institutions, companies and projects, news outlets, obviously including social media, You have skills, spotting FUD, identifying pearls, technical analysis, the four stages of news, and common threads. How to identify those common threads. How could I possibly dig in like deeply into each one of those topics? I can't. Moving in an area of blockchain technology where the world would consume in daily functions, it would take years of developing the technologies. I think we would have bred new generation developers. Um, in response to Rick Ritchie's last comment there, it's money. How many validators can I throw up? How many people can I get involved? Because you don't want to throw them up. Like you want it decentralized. So how to do that takes time, money, resources, right? I've got to build that network. What incentivizes them? How do they get paid? How do you get paid? All this, there's so much that gets into it. But could we handle it all? I think the technology is there that if we keep growing at the pace that we're growing, yeah, we could. Not now, but you see what I mean? Like I can see the growth model happen. Plus, we can see the future. It's called Star Trek and Star Wars and all the rest of those, far off in the future, shows that use credits or whatever to, you know, act as money. Um, Long story short, I wanted to dunk a basketball because I grew up with Jordan. I worked on it every day for years since Nerf hoops. Oh my God, since Nerf hoops. Um, I'm a 6 foot white boy. Right there, you're leading the witness right there. It was the first time I realized that if I wanted to do something, the only person in my way what is myself. Yep. I did not know. I did not know it at the time, but I can only blame myself if I fail. That's deep for a young person to get. Um, no one is to blame but me. I am not a victim. Go get it if you want it. If you don't want it, then don't bother. So I use it as a reminder to myself to go get it or not. I am Iron Man. Yeah, it should have been Hoop Tanic, right? What's the hoot? Damn, Joaquin is throwing lasers at people. But yeah, those are great lessons. Those are great lessons. Um, Hold on a second. I'm gonna rattle this off. You're probably gonna be mad at me. Binance expands support for new cryptocurrencies. Ton, Dog Shiba, why? And Jupe, I guess. FET price drops on news of new AI token. Stupidity. Forbes partners with OKX Wallet for NFT membership. Interesting, given the current events that are going on. Read the room. NFL Rivals product season adds play to earn feature. NFT marketplace. So, the, again, looking at everything that's going on, America's sport, not football, but football. Just saying. Just saying. Cardano's chain upgrade is supposed to happen September 1st. Telegram's IPO plans are in doubt. They're not in doubt. They might just be on pause for a minute because Buddy Boy got arrested and can't leave the freaking country. I think eventually he's gonna win. He'll go free. They'll go IPO, and it'll get bigger. Telegram, that is. Brazil's crypto users scramble after ban rumors about X. Why would you be reliant on X to begin with? Oh, what else is there? Hamster Combat announces major listings before, and an airdrop. The listings are like like they have a long list of listings. Like I can't even list them all right now, but they got big listings. Um, Jupiter Exchange reduces borrowing fees for major cryptocurrencies. Think about that. Borrowing fees. Okay, it's the cost of money. And can Telegram handle hamster combat airdrop demand? Maybe. Hmm. Oh, Hooten is my last name. So like Titanic, Hootanic. Is that it? Is that the I'm responsible for my future? I like that though. I like the pearl that's in it. The realization of oneself is the first pearl. The responsibility for oneself is the second pearl. Huge. I spend my time teaching my kids the lessons like that. You obviously took the lesson, not from me, but you obviously took the lesson. That's not small. That is not small. It's actually pretty big. Hat tip, homie. Hat tip. Um, but yeah, if you look at the news right now, there's a lot of news out there. So when I look at where we are in the marketplace, the market numbers do not match the news. The market numbers do not match what's actually going on. Now, I will say that the market is down right now, and I can tell you September is going to be insane. We have class on Sunday, and what's going on Sunday? Sunday is going to be Cardano. Sunday is going to be Pole. That's big. So during class, I'll be sitting there with the class, just going through things, and like I'll be looking. I will absolutely be looking because there's a lot going on. I mean, if you look at the news that we have right now, let me move this over so it's not blocking anything. Um, the Chang upgrade, the SEC looking to take it on the chin again, but this time from judges. Binance expanding, to enter in new coins, Ton and Dog Sheep. Um, Here's something else that we'll be discussing on Sunday that is not in those notes, and it's your pathway in, your pathway out. I will be talking about that. Hutanic, we touched on, how I'm able to get my hands on certain coins. There is a way. I'll be discussing that during the class. Um, FET price drops in new news of AI token, and I'm like there are so many people. You want to know why the market's really down? Not just manipulation, but ignorance. To use a word, ignorance. Dead serious. Ignorance is another big reason. 9 votes, success 11%, poor design 0%, growing pains 67%, other 22%. Not mad. Not mad at all. But yeah, we'll be going over that's a lot of stuff to try to squeeze into an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. That's a lot. Staying on the basketball theme, Eddie's GMB live photo. He is the spitting image. I'm going to punch you in the neck. Not even to hurt you, but to give you like a crick in your neck. I hate that. Like deeply, 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 deeply hate that. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. He's actually Shaquille O'Neal, from what I understand, is a really cool guy. Really cool guy. 2 feet on the floor, right? Really cool dude. Understand, I never got that. When I was younger, people used to tell me I used to look like Dusty Baker. Um, there were a few people. I got Dave Parker because of size. Uh, who else was there? Were a couple other people that I had gotten, but it's almost always, especially when I shave in a goatee. Shaq every single freaking time. Is it because we're two big black men, bald heads usually? I'm just saying. Just saying. Yeah, I got Dusty Baker all the time. I was not mad about that. I was not mad about that. Loved baseball as a kid. Still love baseball. But that's what it is. But yeah, I can't be mad at that. Rick Ritchie, Gotta Bounce family showed up the other day. You asked if I was going to join the class Sunday. I have a family reunion to go to, so dude, I'm all right, man. But enjoy the family. That's more important. Far, far, far more important. I hope you and the family have a blast, an absolute blast. I'll have family over on Monday. We're gonna be cooking up a storm. Grill will be grilling. Um, yeah, I've never met Dusty Baker, and back in the day I was a bodyguard. I never met Dusty Baker. Um, Never met Shaquille O'Neal. Met a lot of other people though, a lot of other characters, a lot of other characters. But there's the news for tonight. I mean, I want you to. I mean, I really do want you guys to go back, look at the news that I dropped over the past week, and I want you to start weighing. Going forward, I want you to start weighing the news that I'm telling you about, and ask yourself: should the market be at this level? Like, should it? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Except for two things: market manipulation, right? That's one, market manipulation, and the second one would be um, ignorance. Like, I can't think of another word. Ignorance. People not taking the time to actually understand what crypto actually is. Oh, I can make money. Let me put in. Oh, it's going down. Let me pull out. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. And I can tell you now that most of those people, I can't even use the term paper hands or lettuce hands, as I like to say. I can't even use that term. You want to know why? Because I guarantee you those people react the same way to other aspects of their lives. Right? Smart stockbrokers. Stock is going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. Oh, it's going down. Get out. Get out. Get out. The cryptocurrency space is not the stock market. It's not. Can't react to it like that. Now you know why I have a 5% rule. I don't. If I see a 5, I see 0. Now, back to back days, if I see a -5 and another -5, well, okay. But if I see a -5 and then I see a +5, I'm starting to look at, because I'm just trying to get used to the rhythm of that particular coin, that particular investment. That's all I'm trying to do. That's it. And most people are not paying attention, and I wish they would. Right? Little lettuce hands. That's what I call them, little lettuce hands. Get a little bit wet, and they get, mommy. Yeah. That's some. Again, take a look at the news that I dropped throughout the week. Every time you see, the news that I dropped throughout the week, turn around, look at the market, and go, look at all this positive news. Why is the market down? Look at all this negative news. Why is the market up? Or why is the market not down more? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. As usual, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely what I want you to do, what I need you to do, is tell your friends about this channel. Tell your friends about this channel. If you have not signed up for class yet, do so. And yes, I know it's early for some people, but guess what? I will have another class. It will be later in the day because I realize that I do have people that need it later in the day. So there you go. I'm thinking about having this class on a regular basis, that kind of newbie class. Something else that I'm thinking about is actually releasing a book about here's how to do your own research. Most people don't understand that, and they might take the time to actually read a book because it'll be a quick read, it's not going to be a thick book. It'll be a quick read book, but it'll be something that you can read every so often so you can understand it and go over it. Like Who Moved the Cheese? Who Moved My Cheese? That's a book that I read every so often just to, refresh. Anyway, everybody, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy the weekend. I will be back on Sunday for the class, How to Do Your Own Research. 9 a.m. will be the time. When you sign up, I will send you the link personally. I will hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.